One of the great joys about serving in this body is that when some of my colleagues take firm stands on both sides of an issue. And we stood here on this floor just a couple of months ago because we wished to take a little itty-bitty portion of windfall profits from the oil companies, where one alone last week reported $11 billion in profits, and use it to keep from laying off teachers. And speaker after speaker on this floor said, don't waste our time with the drill. We're against drills. Debates with foregone conclusions are of no value. Now, from the same quarter, it's we demand a drill. We want a drill. And I think that it's really good. If I had gone 7 months into the budget process and not made a public proposal, not shared what my point of view for balancing the budget was with the people of California, I might wish to change the subject as well. And I understand it's not easy. I've done it. It's hard. We have had for weeks and months balanced budget proposals out there. And what we have is a situation where the voters of California have been taken hostage, but we can't get a ransom note. And I think that we really need to know, because it's been said on this floor today, people are having a tough time with gas prices. Well, if we're going to take their public transit away, they need to know. People have to have the courage to tell them. They say people are struggling with education. Well, if we're going to take their retraining away at the time of an economic downturn, we should tell them. People are having trouble making ends meet. Well, if their health care is going out the door, shouldn't we tell them? Because the governor, and it's interesting, people are making arguments against the sales tax here on this floor. Well, that is not in the conference report. And that is the governor's proposal. And the reason the governor's made the proposal is he originally said you can't just do cuts, and we have done substantial cuts. He says you have to have revenue. He had $7 billion of revenue in his proposed budget, and with $7 billion of revenue, he still wanted to close 48 parks. He still wanted to cut health care by 10%. He still wanted to take the overwhelming majority for transit. He wanted to cut schools by $79 per student in California, and what's being demanded on the floor is that we have cuts that are bigger than that because we won't have revenue. And so if that's the case, of course there wouldn't be a public budget, because you'd have to level with the public. So I think it's time to have a budget in public. You can't compromise with nothing. And we want to drive this down the middle. We want to get it done, and we want the people to know what the issues are.